dating a nanny.
There's one trait that I absolutely hate. It's stupidity, got it?
Ellie Mitchell, I think you have my baby.
You're not my parents. Come here.
It is so nice to meet you.
This is pretty weird, huh?
Katie came to our house.
What?
I saw her outside.
What is it? Katie's not as innocent as you think. What else do you think she's hiding?
Where is she? Oh, she's not here.
Everything is unraveling. Why are you doing this to me?
Stranger in My Home premieres Friday, November 21st, 10 p.m. on Cinemax.
Mi toka?
Yes, so.
Okay, mi sa like loati forevermore. Agnes na Zenda.
That's my girl. But I'll keep you posted often, okay? About where I am, what I'm doing, and who I'm with at the time.
Isn't that a little too much?
That's the right thing to do. You're my girlfriend after all.
I hate it! The son of a hotel magnate is dating a nanny.
There's one trait that I absolutely hate. It's stupidity, got it?
This November, man, have we got the man for you. We got Action Man, Money Man, Macho Man, Magic Man, Sexy Man, Flexy Man, Hard Man, Handsome Man, Batman, Superman, Aquaman, oh yeah, Many Manly, Merry Man, Many Man. Bang. Who's the man?
That's me. You're working too hard.
I bet. What's your racket, handsome?
November Movies, a manifest of manliness, Sundays at 9 on Warner TV.
Antonio Soprano.
My shakes. Throw off your truck.
I want to go to college. I can't get caught with this.
You want to be a civilian, I appreciate that. But pay attention to me for once, okay? You take this weekend, right? And you say to yourself, this is the last time I'm ever going to steal something. It's that simple.
The Many Saints of Newark.
The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Hello and welcome. This is TVWAN News. In this edition, PM apologizes for unrest in learning institutions. Pomnat graduates over 200 students. And PNG dominates in Melanesian football contest. Prime Minister James Marape has apologized to parents and sponsors of the current tertiary institutions facing chaotic situations in the peak period of the 2025 academic year. He mentioned that in reference to the current situation between the residents outside of the University of Goroka and the students, the situation has resulted in death and injuries, forcing students to evacuate to their respective provinces. Prime Minister Marape said the government will look into increasing security measures in the institution with a policy of no alcohol throughout tertiary institutions across the country.
We investing, my government's investing over 100 million kina worth of infrastructure investment right now. And we will, next year's budget, we will mobilize to invest in fencing so that the students remain on campus. And the students, instead of wandering back and forth, I've also indicated to the Higher Education Minister to look into a policy where students who are studying in our schools, in our universities, we're looking into a policy of no alcohol with the students. As you go through school, you study through school, you finish your school, come out with certificate, up to you. You want to take alcohol or not, but in a school system, in a country where there's limited space, where space is made available to our students, and we want to make sure students live an alcohol-free life. We're looking into getting our public policy guys to look into this policy input, whether it will work or not.
29 men have been arrested and are now detained at the 6 Mile police station for interrogation in connection with a fight that broke out between two groups from Tari under the Erima flyover bridge yesterday.
National Capital District Metropolitan Superintendent Warwick Simatab confirmed that police acted within 5 minutes to stop the armed men who were destroying the market under the Erima flyover bridge. This led to the apprehension of 29 men who are now detained at 6 Mile Police Station. According to information provided to the police, it was a retaliatory fight between the Tari men who fought among themselves yesterday at 9 Mile. Simatab said the police will work as a team to address such issue to ensure there is order in the city. He said that retaliatory fights must not occur because there are avenues to resolve conflicts. Simatab emphasized that police stations, village courts, community leaders and parents are available to help solve issues. He urged the public not to take the law into their own hands. Simatab thanked the police officers for their quick response in addressing the situation before it escalated. He said teamwork from police units is what the command needs to help reduce such ethnic fights in the city. Tracy Pa, TV1 News.
Police will continue its support towards the local level government elections, ensuring that the polling and counting are completed successfully, says Police Commissioner David Manning. Manning stated that despite isolated challenges, particularly in the Highlands region, where tribal conflicts have affected the LLG elections in certain districts, the police will maintain their presence and support the Electoral Commission in conducting the election.
Are progressing largely peacefully for LLG elections. At this point in time, there has not been any adverse reports around the country. Of course, there have been isolated incidents in the Upper Highlands, and there have been some ongoing tribal fights that have impacted on the smooth running of LLG elections in certain districts and electorates. We will continue to support the Electoral Commission to ensure that that democratic process is completed, but it goes without saying it does present its challenges as well.
Member for Trave and the opposition stalwart James Nomane has raised concerns that a supplementary budget should be presented with the government performs beyond expectations in generating revenue. Nomane, in a statement, said the reliance on SOEs like Kumul Petroleum to provide 921 million kina and Kumul Minerals to pay 521 million kina in dividends was unrealistic.
James Nomane, member for Chuave and a prominent figure in the opposition, has voiced concerns regarding the government's approach on budgeting. He argued that supplementary budgets should only be proposed when the government surpasses revenue generation expectations rather than as a means to cover up fiscal management or budgetary failures. In his statement, Nomane criticized the heavy reliance on state-owned enterprises for significant financial contributions, citing the 921 million kina expected from Kumul Petroleum and 521 million kina from Kumul Minerals. He deemed this dependence as unrealistic, warning that such practices could undermine the stability and sustainability of the national budget. Nomane emphasized that responsible financial governance and the need for transparency and accountability in budgetary processes must be followed. He called for a prudent fiscal approach that aligns with ongoing discussions about economic stability and effective resource management in Papua New Guinea. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
Oktedi Mining has finalized its community mine continuation agreement 2026-2033, ensuring continued community backing for operation in Western Province until 2033. The last signing was on November 4th, completing a series of agreements across the CMCA regions. The revised deal introduces higher compensation and development funding, expanded education and health programs, stronger environmental safeguards, and greater representation of women, youth, and churches in governance. The agreement reflects deep respect for the communities that host OTML operations since 2001. OTML has invested over 1.6 million kina in community development, infrastructure, and environmental rehabilitation. The new CMCA will be implemented by the Oktedi Development Foundation to ensure transparency and measurable outcomes. This is TVWAN News. Among stories after the break, Pomnat's graduation and Miss Bed of Paradise pageant is 11 days away.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSP's One Talk Wallet. PSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magical cuddle, get up and big smile on face. Time cook him chicken, a great kumu too. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
We've been traveling along this road together for over 50 years. Ella Motors acknowledges the visionaries and hard work that have been the driving strength to continued nation building. We live, prosper, sustainably grow with the community, whilst developing quality mobility chains, aspiring to be your first choice on every occasion. Ella Motors, celebrating with Papua New Guinea throughout our independence golden jubilee.
P&G's favorite soft drink now in bottles. Goldsport brings you fresh, bold flavors in brand new 500ml bottles. the rainbow. More freshness, more flavor, more fun. Lime, orange, raspberry, and pineapple. Proudly made in P&G. Proudly Gold Spot.
New Fabuloso multi-purpose cleaner with an irresistible fragrance that lasts all day long, creating a field of flowers in every corner of your home. With an irresistible fragrance that lasts and lasts all day long. Fabuloso, irresistible fragrance.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
It's astonishing! That's what he's there for!
The NBA on ESPN is happening now. We don't know who's going to catch fire or who will shock the world. We don't know which bucket will break some hearts, who's showing up courtside, if dynasties will ever dynasty again. And we don't know which play will become a poster. But we do know that for tip-off, Christmas, finals, and everywhere in between,
Stop playing with me.
ESPN is your home for hoops.
Welcome back. 7 international doctors from the United States have arrived in Papua New Guinea's youth conservation area to deliver vital health, education and checkups under the Three Kangaroo Conservation Program's One Health initiative. The team will train community health workers and midwives in safe childbirth, nutrition and disease prevention. TKCP's Rosilita Opa says this is the 6th visit by the volunteer doctors aiming to improve rural health and strengthen local capacity. One Health connects the well-being of people, wildlife and the environment, with new partnerships forming between Madang and Morobe health authorities. 268 grade 12 students graduated from the Port Moresby National School of Excellence. Today marked the school's 30th graduation, which also included the 4th graduation of the STEM strand.
Proudly clothed in their bright yellow and purple uniform, the 30th graduating class of 2025 of the Port Moresby National School of Excellence were seated in the individual classes with their patrons, awaiting that special moment when they would each receive their final acknowledgement of the attainment of the secondary school formal education. Some outstanding performances earned them special prizes donated by the business community and partners. Principal Terry Ferrier was happy and satisfied with the outcome of last year's results, examination and the selection of STEM students. He is hoping to see better results from the grade 12 examinations this year, including STEM students' entry into universities overseas.
They also will be the 4th STEM graduation. So we have a total of 268 graduate this year. We have 65 humanities, we have 134 normal science, and we have 69 STEM students.
He said this year's grade 12, he can guarantee that they did very well, just like they did last year.
Last year with the STEM program, we managed to send 55 scholars in different countries, and also this year I am confident that our students did very well as well, not just only with the USSC, but as well as with the STEM results.
The principal said last year, the school sent STEM students to the USA, China, Malaysia, India, and even Fiji.
Out of 160 scholars, we managed to send 55, and also we have also one scholar sponsored by Japanese embassy. from last year's STEM students.
Most of the students were present to receive the certificates of attainment, but there were a few who received them in absenteeism. Frida Kana, TV1 News.
The European Union, through the France Expertise Group AFD, is sponsoring Papua New Guinean scholars to study different species and aspects of the environment and its inhabitants for 2-year master's degree. The project is funding 21 scholars who are at different stages of study.
The EU Forestry, Climate Change and Biodiversity Program grants a total package of 100,000 kina per scholar to do a master's study for 2 years in the areas of environmental conservation and climate change. So far, the program has sponsored 20 scholars now undergoing studies and has selected another 21. We met Morrison Gart at the Green Diplomacy Celebration Week in October in Port Moresby. Morrison Gart, who hails from Makam in Morobe, is already in his first year of Master of Philosophy at the Pacific Adventist University. Gart submitted a proposal on microplastics along the Motuan coastline with a plan to study the microplastics contaminants in mussels, clamshells, and oysters. He said he was selected for the scholarship on that proposal, but changed his mind when he went to Medang and came face to face with the untouched virgin forest
along the coastline. But then I won the scholarship with that proposal. But when I went into the scholarship, they asked all of us to go to Medang. So we went to Medang for a 1-month tropical ecology training. All of us went there. It was a really exciting and really interesting program.
After that, the scholars spent 2 weeks right in the jungle in the Usinobundi district, where there's no mobile or internet network. It is on the borders of Medang and Simbu, but closer to Ramu nickel mine.
It was a thick primary forest. Literally, you cannot destroy any plants or any trees in there. All the trees are numbered and named in there. So after going in there and being exposed to that, I saw these 2 different scenarios, logging and conservation. Then this really made my mind that I have to do something on forest health. So I changed my research. So my research now, I'm looking at forest conservation.
Going up in a 45-meter canopy crane, they were able to see the whole canopy of the jungle, where they could see the gaps where logging was being done.
Canopy crane. We were climbing this 45 meters canopy crane, and that was the first machine in PNG. We have 7 around the world, and the 8th one is the one at Medang. So it was a really tall crane up there at the roof, forest tops.
There were 9 local landowners who decided to put the forest into conservation to preserve their forest and create a conservation area. They decided not to log into their thick primary forest. Inspired by this, Gart decided to do his research on forest conservation, studying butterflies as bioindicators for forest disturbances. He will be doing most of his research on butterflies around Mount William in Simbu Province. Frida Kana, TV1 News.
Patient care at the Kundiawa General Hospital has been improved with a major donation from BSP Kundiawa branch. The hospital's specialist doctors, consultation clinic and diagnostic center has received a new mobile ultrasound scanner, making screening easier for patients, especially those from rural communities. The BSP Kundiawa team also built a new nursing station and provided chairs to make waiting areas more comfortable. Branch manager Rita Singut says the initiative shows BSP's commitment to supporting local communities and improving access to health care. Hospital CEO Dr. Ken Cassis said the donation will revolutionize rural outreach and treatment. The project is part of BSP's 2025 Community Project Initiative, with similar efforts underway across the country. With improved facilities and better equipment, Kundiawa Hospital patients can now access care faster and more comfortably. The Miss Bed of Paradise pageant 3rd edition is just 11 days away, with the new crown holder for 2026 to be crowned. This year, provinces across the country will send their provincial queens to compete for the Miss Bed of Paradise crown, held by May Hasola from autonomous Bougainville government. Preparation is underway for the provinces to contest the crown.
This year's Miss Bed of Paradise pageant coincides with the country's 50th independence anniversary, as provinces across the country were requested to bring their respective queens to contest for the crown. More than 10 provinces have confirmed their contestants through hosting provincial pageants and nominations by relevant stakeholders. It will be a multicultural show of storytelling about places around the country rather than just a pageant. The lady of the Miss Bed of Paradise pageant, Hannah Bice, while in an exclusive interview with this newsroom, said the pageant has been empowering young women in leadership and confidence through hosting it.
Why the Miss Bed of Paradise pageant? We rebranded. We wanted to give Miss PNG a pageant where it was more on purpose and service. And so the Miss PNG that we mentor and that we raise around the country, they're more young women leaders that are, that can have a lot of influence in their communities and in their districts and provinces. And so we build them to be young women leaders that are inclusive and have a development mindset of how they can contribute to the development of this country. So Miss Bed of Paradise is basically to empower our young women.
Human resource development is also at the heart of hosting such an event. Vice believes that young people, not only women but men also, have taken steps in their career development, ranging from event management to content productions and to security. The Miss Bed of Paradise pageant team is made up of volunteers who strive to take the initiative forward with the team Crown for Service.
We are all a group of volunteers. I'm the chairlady, my deputy is Miss Ruby Kerepa, treasurer is Anna Verata, and our secretary is Annette Irie, 4 of us executives, and then we have our operational team. And we have, in 3 years, we have come to 2025. From 2023, 2024, and this year, to celebrate with the country's Jubilee year turning 50, we decided that we too must celebrate with the country by including for the first time provincial participation.
Due to financial constraints, not all provinces will be participating this year, but 22 provinces are expected to be represented in the next Miss Bed of Paradise pageants. Michael Tamtipais, TVWAN News.
And now a look at the finance news. The kina closed lower at $0.2369 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2294 US, 0.3480 Australian dollars, 0.1899 euro, and 35.21 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold, palm oil and copper closed higher. Coffee, cocoa and crude oil closed lower, and copra closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. You are watching TV1 News. We'll have the news overseas. When we come back, stay with us.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, PSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at PSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Talks, to our family, to the ones we love. PSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, P&G and Mia. Buying P&G made.
Life is about making memories, sharing new adventures. Go beyond the familiar. Don't let bacteria hold you back from experiencing the world. Protex uses natural antibacterial protection with flaxseed oil and eliminates 99.9% of bacteria. Free yourself. Go beyond with Protex.
Long year 2024, 7 pla baby i born one time HIV. HIV ikan go long baby long triple rot. Time bel mama ikat HIV, long time long karen baby, na time baby isusu. Tasol yumi can help him bel mama long look out him baby inside long bell. Go quick time long bel mama clinic na kiss him antenatal check. Time yumi pan him sick HIV area or time bel mama i positive penis. Early treatment ikan save him baby. Give him baby healthy start long life. Stop him spread long sick HIV ego long baby. This lutok sawe ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Enjoy life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Hot in talk, young or old, a scale race, family meal we're told. We'll bring out the smiles cause it's our favorite one minds. Sandy sick, all scale rise, don't scale price. Sandy sick, all scale rise, don't scale price. Amber, you like it?
Tambo true longkarim o salim na simokin. Marijuana or all drugs no good ikam lo overseas or some cocaine or crystal meth. Nupla law or likolim Controlled Substances Act 2021 by making sawe lo you lo by him court fine enough money mark enough lo 2 million kina or go life year calabus. This platok sawe ikam long National Narcotics Bureau. One time Halivim, Willem Australia, Papua New Guinea Law na Justice Partnership.
I'm just a regular guy with a regular job, but I've got this condition where I don't feel pain.
You're a superhero.
No.
Get on the ground!
We need a hostage.
So those are definitely third degree, so you're gonna want to run it under some cool water.
Novocaine premieres Saturday, November 15th, 9 p.m. on HBO.
Thanks for staying with us. Turning abroad, New Zealand has suspended 2 years of aid payments worth $30 million to the Cook Islands, signaling deteriorating relations between the two countries. In the Cook Islands, where there's growing concern over the breakdown of relations between New Zealand, it follows the suspension of $15 million Australian dollars worth of aid to the Cook Islands, in addition to $10 million earlier in the year. Details of the suspension were revealed after correspondence between New Zealand's foreign minister and the Cook Islands government was released to the media under the Freedom of Information Act. Peak medical bodies have backed a Melbourne hospital helping to close the gap between Indigenous and non-Indigenous people in its emergency department. First Nations patients presenting to St. Vincent's Hospital in Melbourne had been waiting longer for care until a new triage policy was introduced.
No one likes to wait in ED. Some wait longer than others, and serious consequences can result.
Our First Nations patients were waiting 2 to 3 times as long for care in certain triage categories, and also weren't waiting for care 3 times more often than non-First Nations patients.
So for over a year, this hospital has aimed to initially treat all First Nations patients within half an hour, and it's moving the dial.
There's been no difference in the waiting times for our First Nations patients, which has been absolutely fantastic.
They say this applies to about 2 of the 150 or so patients seen each day.
I want to be absolutely clear that this policy has not resulted in any increased waiting times for any non-First Nations patients. We value every single patient that comes here to see us.
The Victorian government supports the policy it called remarkable work to close the gap. The opposition says triaging of patients should be based on medical need, not race. Nationally, Indigenous people have a higher burden of disease and are dying about 8 years younger than non-Indigenous people. Facts that underpin a Commonwealth and state commitment to close this health divide.
This policy is closing the gap in action.
Peak medical bodies, including the AMA and the Australasian College for Emergency Medicine, back the hospital.
The nuances and the complexity of Indigenous health means we need to actually have more equitable access to care. So this is an innovative, evidence-based policy that's showing good outcomes, and that should be celebrated.
This policy has been named a finalist in the state's Public Healthcare Awards for its success in closing the gap in wait times.
Access to healthcare is a 50-metre race, and Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people are starting 100 metres behind the start line.
Australia and the Pacific's bid to host the 31st Conference of the Parties, or COP31st, is facing diplomatic challenges as Turkey refuses to withdraw its own bid. Political manoeuvring behind the scenes could determine whether Australia hosts the global summit next year. Australia has submitted a bid to co-host COP31 in 2026 in partnership with the Pacific, which would mark the first time the global summit is held in Oceania. At the Pacific Island Forum leaders meeting held in Honiara in September, leaders reaffirmed their strong support for Australia's bid to host COP31. They agreed that climate change remains the single greatest threat to the Pacific and that preparations for hosting COP31 are progressing. Hundreds of bagpipers have blown their way into the history books, breaking a world record and marking a milestone in Australia's music history. 374 pipers played ACCD's It's a Long Way to the Top in Melbourne's Federation Square.
People absolutely pack out Melbourne's Federation Square here today with the biggest number of bagpipes on record smashed out of the park here in Melbourne today. Now 333 was the number to beat from a record set in Bulgaria in 2012. They've managed to blast through that figure. 374 pipers played the iconic AC/DC song It's a Long Way to the Top in unison today, knocking over the record in what was really a wall of sound. We've had bagpipers come from all over the country, including kids, all the way up to a 98-year-old playing today. Now, of course, this world record ties in with the release of Long Way to the Top 50 years ago in 1975. Of course, this is all tying in with AC/DC's first Melbourne show here tonight at the MCG. There's a sea of AC/DC t-shirts all around town, so the town's really pumped. The city will be lighting up a lot of buildings red in honour of the show as well tonight. The support act for the Australian tour of AC/DC, Amel and the Sniffers, have also announced they'll be playing a free show here in Federation Square again on Friday. So there'll be another event, plenty for rock and roll fans to keep them entertained into the weekend.
Prawn restraint is a term one won't likely hear in everyday life, but a new report has found the practice where a person is held face down on the floor is being used more than it should at Adelaide's Youth Detention Centre. The report's author says it could be a breach of human rights, but the government says it's only used as a last resort.
There'll be staff coming from everywhere, ready to jump on you.
Staff just kept on going. They kept on pushing my head into the ground.
The other workers from the units would be standing around having a chat and laughing while you're there laying on the floor.
This is how children have described being forced onto the floor, face down, at the Youth Detention Centre in Adelaide. It's a technique known as a prone restraint, and it was used by facility staff 114 times in the 2023-24 financial year. There are now calls for it to be banned.
Internationally, this is recognised as a very risky form of restraint. It can lead to restraint asphyxia and potentially even death.
these restraints are actually banned in child mental health facilities across Australia, yet we're still using it in a youth detention centre.
Shona Reid and the chief psychiatrist inspected the youth detention centre earlier this year. Their report, tabled in Parliament this week, has found physical force and restraint are routinely used. In one instance, a detainee was placed in a 15-minute prone restraint.
I'm urging the government to think about how they can do this in a safer and more dignified manner for our children.
The government says prone restraint is rare and used as a last resort.
Anything used is done with the safety of the young person at the centre of that.
Both the chief psychiatrist and the guardian for children say staff at the centre are doing the best they can under very difficult circumstances. They say staffing shortages are making the facility more reliant on the use of physical force rather than de-escalation. But the minister says the workforce has increased by about 47%.
To couch a comment and frame it in a way that says that there are things being done because of staffing limitations in general, I would refute that.
The government says it's already rolling out changes, but wouldn't say when it will respond to the recommendations.
The Western Australia government is being accused of altering a secret report it commissioned to support its claim that the state's gas will help Asia reduce its greenhouse emissions. The government tabled a final version of the $400,000 report late yesterday, which has significant changes from a draft revealed by the ABC last week.
Bearing the brunt of the WA government's gas report fiasco.
I'm not going to comment on that. I can't give you a reason for that. I'm not going to get down into that level of detail.
Sabina Winton was the sacrificial lamb for the WA government, which is facing allegations of altering a secret $400,000 report to suit its narrative. The ABC revealed last week a draft version of the report undermined the Premier Roger Cook's claims WA's gas is critical to helping the world reach net zero. The government has now tabled a final version of the report with substantial differences.
Graphs removed in the second version, headlines changed, all done to downplay the impact that gas is having on our climate.
What I can say is we're reviewing that legislation. It's important to review that climate legislation and the targets to ensure that it's fit for purpose.
Among the changes to the final report is a projection that gas consumption in Asia will increase by 90% by 2050. That figure is double what the draft report claims. In response to questions to the Premier, a spokesperson says the Deloitte report was drafted and revised independent of government.
There is a trend here of the Cook Labor government hiding the truth when it comes to the gas industry and the impact they're having on our climate. We saw it with the Murrujuga rock art monitoring report. We had a whistleblower come out.
And you would expect any reporting that is done and then is used as documentation to stand up or hold up a particular argument, that they would be presented in an undoctored and unbiased way.
The government claims both versions of the Deloitte report support its claim that WA's gas is key to the transition to cleaner energy, doctored or not.
You are watching TVWAN News. Later in sports, PNG dominates in football contest and Neymar refutes retirement claim.
Start your day by doing the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate. Wake up. Brush your teeth. And smile. Smile throughout your day with Colgate.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
Meet UmiPay, your digital wallet from TISA Bank. Your gateway to seamless transactions. Withdraw cash anytime at your nearest TISA agent. Send money to family and friends.
Hello, son.
Anytime, anywhere. Top up and pay with just a scan. From taxis to coffee and small businesses, UmiPay makes every payment simple. UmiPay, powered by TISA Bank.
Okay.
Hi.
Yes.
Can I get a loan for my PNV contract?
You need to fill out these forms, these ones, and then you can get back to me. Okay?
Hello? Hello? Anyone? Hi, I'm Kenny. Can I get a loan here?
Not here. Not right now.
Hi, I'm Kenny. Can I get a loan here?
Of course, Kenny. I'll take down your details. I'll help with the credit check.
Thank you.
And I'll help with your business plan.
1 car Kenny. 20 car Kenny. 1,000 car Kenny. FinCorp. Fast forward your finance from zero to hero.
It's NFL season on ESPN.
Energy, energy, energy!
You know what that means. Friday, busy.
What a shot!
Monday, locked off all day.
This place absolutely buzzing.
Tuesday, sorry, got plans.
Wide open, touchdown!
It's that toe-tapping, pick-sixing, game-winning drive time of year.
Wow, what a catch!
So put in your calendar. The NFL is on ESPN.
Going to change the complexion of the scoreboard, and they've worked it brilliantly. They Canterbury in for this. Again, a short line, and Dowie Lake is over.
So they have that penalty advantage. Biku, the long pass. Tomo Ramos, he's got men out wide. It's Pano once more.
He might well win the race here. Arundel! Mackenzie against Kinghorn. Mackenzie with a try. He's got it down.
In sports, the Papua New Guinea women's national team secured a 4-0 victory over Vanuatu today in the second match of the MSG Prime Minister's Cup 2025 in Port Moresby. A strong attacking play in the first half set the tone for PNG's second straight win of the tournament. Papua New Guinea's leading women's striker Ramona Padio proved she is still the spine of PNG's soccer when she led her forwards to dominate today's match against Vanuatu to win 4-1. Padio starred on the day to bring home 2 goals under her name. PNG took an early lead in the first 5 minutes when star striker Padio converted a penalty kick, sending ball past Vanuatu's goalkeeper Amelia Reddy. Padio's continuous attack on the goal line from the start fueled PNG's dominance. She soon had another attempt outside the 18-meter yard box, leading to a foul. In a moment of high drama, Vanuatu defender Annie Rose Guerre then mistakenly knocked the ball into her own net, gifting PNG a free and their second goal. Michaeline Butubu extended PNG's lead with a well-placed cross kick to score, taking PNG's lead to 3-0. While Vanuatu tried to push forward, led by Kelly Caltech's near goal from a comeback kick, their midfield coordination struggled against PNG's pace. PNG goalkeeper Faith Kasire stood firm, making several saves to keep Vanuatu scoreless in the first half. Papua New Guinea led 3-0 at half-time. In the second half, Vanuatu's defense improved, closing off PNG's frequent attacks. However, PNG was able to net a goal through Phyllis Pala, extending the lead to 4-0. Despite persistent attacks from Vanuatu's Rita Solomon and Gailin Dratari, PNG's solid backline and keeper Kasi Reis ensured the clean sheet. PNG Hunters veteran winger Brendan Nima refuted a recent social media claim that he has retired from rugby league. Nima, in his social media post, stated he did not resign from the sport but decided to take up other opportunities for the next year. He will not be lining up in the Hunters colours for 2026. Nima said whoever sent this information to the Queensland Rugby League and Host Plus Cup about me retiring is untrue. Nima played over 100 games for the PNG Hunters and spent over 5 seasons at the club. During this time, he captained the team on a few occasions and received some individual awards at the club. The NRL has released a draw for the 2026 season, and the West Tigers will, for the second time in 3 years, sit out on bye in round 1. The season will kick off on Sunday, March 1st in Las Vegas, America.
The capital of the world.
For the third straight year, NRL will kick off its season in Las Vegas, America, having started 2 years ago in the hope of expanding the game outside of Australia and the Pacific region. Canterbury Bulldogs and St. George's Illawarra Dragons will open the season with the first game at Alliance Stadium before Newcastle Knights and North Queensland Cowboys square up in the second match. The games return to Australia on March 5th at Amy Park, where Melbourne Storm host the Parramatta Eels. The final match of the round will see the Dolphins and South Sydney Rabbitohs meet at Suncorp Stadium. But all eyes are on the 2023 Grand Final rematch in the opening round between Penrith Panthers and Brisbane Broncos at the Suncorp Stadium. This match has gained a lot of interest and anticipation from the rugby league fans. This match can indicate how far they can go. The draw include Bulldogs versus Dragons, Knights up against Cowboys, Storms versus Eels, Warriors takes on the Roosters, Broncos and Panthers, Sharks plays Titans, Eagles and Raiders, and Dolphins plays Rabbitohs. The Tigers on bye. Following the unveiling of the draw, West Tigers CEO Shane Richardson expressed dissatisfaction, claiming his Tigers will be sitting out on bye in round 1 for the second time in 3 years, and he questioned the NRL whether the draw was made by artificial intelligence. Last year, the Gold Coast Titans started the competition with a bye in round 1. Fiji Airways men's national 7 squad will be finalized today, with a development team set to also travel to Korea. Head coach Osea Kolinisiau says the Korea tour follows a memorandum of understanding with the Korea-Fiji Rugby Union, which invited 17 teams to participate. This is a valuable opportunity to give international exposure to Fiji's young players.
Kolinisiau confirms that 14 players and 3 management team will travel to Korea next week, while the extended squad of 5 additional players will prepare for the Dubai Sevens as potentially injury replacements. Kolinisiau says with a mix of experience and new players in the extended squad, they expect strong execution and performance.
2 boys from Netasiri, 4 from Malolo, and then there's the 2 RTS boys from under 18. We brought them in because we have a development tour to go to Korea. There's an MOU with Korea and Fiji Rugby, and they invited the 17 to come over. And to me, it's a good opportunity to expose these youngsters.
The Dubai Sevens will be held from the 29th of this month to the 1st of December. As they gear up for the upcoming Dubai Sevens later this month, Kolinisiau expressed his satisfaction with the team's readiness, particularly praising the development of the new players.
Spoke with the manager, and we decided that we wanted to bring them in this week so they get used to our standard, our culture. They learn what we need from them, and next week when we leave, they have a fair understanding of what we want, especially from training, and they can work on that. And I'm excited for them. I'm excited that they get an opportunity to go to Korea and get exposed to overseas travel.
A key focus for Corinthians is maintaining possession on the field. Despite the team's success in winning this first leg of the HSBC 7 series last year, he emphasized that they have left no stones unturned in their preparations over the past few weeks. The coach is acutely aware of the challenges that lie ahead this season, especially with the new format in place, which leaves little room for errors.
Last year is a championship. We won the ball, but we got blown away in the match. That's something we know they try to attack. We will try to attack our lineouts, attack our breakdown as well, because they don't want to give Fiji a lot of balls. And that's what they always say. If you want to give Fiji, keep the ball away from them. And something we're trying to learn from last year is trying to keep ball for a long time. And we know that when we keep the ball for a long time, we score a lot of tries out of that, because we tie team, and we use the ball pretty well, and the talent we have, and if we keep the ball for a long time, we always score, as it shows in our analysis, especially on the data. It shows the longer we keep the ball, we break teams down easily.
With the team ready to depart for Dubai on Sunday, all eyes will be on how they implement their strategies and adapt to the heightening competition. Terry Long with TVWAN Sports.
That ends the sports segment. Now the weather report. In regional focused, southern Port Moresby, cloudy periods with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Poponeta, cloudy periods with occasional rain showers and thunderstorms. Mamase, Lay, cloudy periods with some showers and thunderstorms. Wewak, mostly cloudy with rain showers and thunderstorms. New Guinea Islands, Lorengau, cloudy periods with few rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Kimbe, cloudy periods with few rain showers and thunderstorms. And Highlands region, Goroka, Banzan, Kundiawa, Mendi, Tarian, Wabeg, cloudy periods with isolated rain showers and thunderstorms. Ocean forecast for PNG areas for the next 24 hours. Coral Sea, seas moderate to rough with southeasterly winds of 10 to 20 knots, increasing to 25 knots at times. Solomon Sea, sea smooth with southeast to northeast winds of 5 to 10 knots. Bismarck Sea, seas moderate to rough to very rough over the western sector with southeast to northeast winds of 5 to 10 knots tending clockwise. Pacific Ocean, sea smooth with north to northeasterly winds of 5 to 10 knots. And coastal waters forecast. Waters of Madang to Wewak to Vanimo and northern PNG Indonesian border. Seas 1 to 2 meters, rising to 3 meters along warning areas. Waters of Manus and its western group of islands, seas 1 to 2 meters, rising to 2.5 meters. And that wraps up the news tonight. Thanks for your company. Good night.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by
For effective planning and execution, you need insights, engagement, and innovation. Trend Media, your 360 degrees digital solution partner, has you covered. Our market research and surveys give you the data you need to make smart decisions. From corporate events to product launches, our event management team ensures every detail is flawless. And in today's digital-first world, our digital initiatives keep you ahead. Call Trend Media now on 7222-0210 or email trendmediapng@digitalpacific.com. Trend Media, your 360-degree advertising and digital partner.
What would you say to 6 months free bonus credit? Wowee! That's right! Get the Wowee 4G LTE smartphone from Digicel and you'll enjoy 35 Kina bonus credit every month for 6 months, plus a whopping 50 gigs of data and 60 minutes free talk for 7 days. Hurry! Get your Huawei 4G LTE smartphone for only 199 Kina at a Digicel store or agent today. And save Huawei to a total of 210 Kina free credit. Only with Digicel.
It's NFL season on ESPN.
Energy, energy, energy!
You know what that means. Friday, busy.
What a start!
Monday, locked off all day.
This place absolutely buzzing.
Tuesday, sorry, got plans.
Wide open, touchdown!
It's that toe-tapping, pick-sixing, game-winning drive time of year.
Wow, what a catch!
So clear your calendar. The NFL is on ESPN.